Meanwhile, almost a week into the crisis, Georgian President Mikhail Saakashvili charged the West has not done enough.
The response has not been adequate, and the West has been, first of all, they failed to analyze Russians' intentions in advance, and they failed to react promptly to what has been happening now.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. From the start of their relationship, President Bush gave then-President Vladimir Putin his seal of approval in 2001.
I looked the man in the eye. I found him to be very straightforward and trustworthy. I was able to get a sense of his soul.
Given the crisis in Georgia, any second thoughts?
There's been a lot of commentary in the last few days that maybe President Bush misjudged this relationship.
He understands that this relationship is complex, it is complicated.
But has Putin taken advantage of that relationship?
No, I don't think so.
The next test for the relationship comes immediately as the U.S. sends military personnel to Georgia to deliver humanitarian aid. The U.S. has asked the Russians to let the aid in. If they refuse, this crisis could get more complicated real fast.
And if Russia blocks U.S. aid from going in, then what happens?
Well, we put that question in the White House today. We also asked, what if the U.S. Soldiers, military personnel get caught in the crossfire? They didn't want to answer either hypothetical because both are awful scenarios. It runs the risk of the U.S. being drawn into the actual military conflict. Right now, the U.S. is all but taking the military option off the table. They've got 2 wars. They're already fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan. So that once you do that, that essentially takes one of the biggest weapons off the table. There are not a lot of pressure points for this president in trying to get Russia to stand down. So instead what he's doing, he's canceling or at least delaying the start of his vacation in Texas, staying in Washington a couple more days, going to the CIA tomorrow for more briefings about the situation in Georgia. But all the president can really do is work the phones, get some briefings, but he really can't. He doesn't have that many pressure points, Anderson.